President Joe Biden was not perceived to have won the debate last night. He was up against a person who constantly misrepresents the truth, a convicted felon, a man who incited an insurrection and is poised to potentially upend American democracy. Not my words. That is the consensus of experts across sectors in this country. Scholars, historians, politicos, folks are watching what former President Donald Trump is doing, is committed to, and stands for, and they are predicting, in some cases, a kind of chaos that the American people have never seen before. And yet, the reactions today from many are not great. I want to play two legitimate reactions from Democrats from last night in the moments immediately following the debate. I want to play these reactions because, again, I think that they are legitimate reactions to what they and the American people saw. One of these reactions is from Van Jones. It is pretty emotional. And I think that has been the approach that Van Jones has taken to his commentary in moments like this. He's tapped into that more empathetic and emotional side. And then I want to play a reaction from California Governor Gavin Newsom. It's a lot less emotional. And again, I think both of these reactions are legitimate, but I'll start with Van Jones and then we'll go to Governor Newsom. Watch this.
That was painful. I love Joe Biden. I work for Joe Biden. He didn't do well at all. He did not do well at all. And he looked, I'll give you the analysis, you kind of have the old man versus the con man. I can walk you through how I'm supposed to see it and say it, but I just want to speak from my heart. I love that guy. That's a good man. He loves his country. He's doing the best that he can. But he had a test to meet tonight to restore confidence of the country and of the base, and he failed to do that. And I think there's a lot of people who are going to want to see him consider taking a different course now. We're still far from our convention, and there is time for this party to figure out a different way forward if he will allow us to do that. But that was not what we needed from Joe Biden, and it's personally painful for a lot of people. It's not just panic, it's pain for what we saw tonight.
That was Van Jones. Again, he's suggesting here that President Joe Biden potentially stepped down. That's essentially what he's alluding to here. And if history is any teacher in this moment, that would be absolute chaos for this country, for the Democratic Party. We saw something similar, not the same, but we saw something similar take place in 1968 when sitting president Lyndon B. Johnson decided that due to a number of reasons, one, the war in Vietnam was profoundly unpopular and anti-war candidates were very, very popular in that time. This is 1968. And a second thing that most people don't know is that Lyndon B. Johnson had a health assessment and realized that his health was failing privately. And he made the decision. I'm not fit for re-election. I won't seek re-election from my party. I will not accept the nomination from my party. So he decides on March 31st, 1968 to step down. This sends the party into chaos at the DNC. You had factions bickering, fighting. There was pushing and shoving in the convention hall. By the way, that convention was in Chicago. Guess where the convention is in 2024? Chicago. What you end up with is a convention that is fraught. People are really seeking position. And they end up nominating a candidate that would go on to lose the general election against Richard Nixon that fall. So what Van Jones is suggesting is that Joe Biden potentially step down. This, again, would really create a number of chaotic issues for the Democratic Party to navigate. And so with that said, I want to play the second reaction that I want to play for you here. It's from Governor Gavin Newsom. He's the governor of California. And I think he has something important for us to consider here. He has something important to say to the American people about the candidates that are before them. And so I want you to listen to what he has to say.
You were out there getting a chorus of questions about whether Biden should step down. There is panic that has set in. There is panic that has set in among people who have watched this debate, who are Democrats, people who are strategists, and some even inside Democratic campaigns. Yeah. Do you think it's unfounded?
Well, I think it's unhelpful, and I think it's unnecessary. We've got to go in and got to keep our heads high. And as I say, we've got to have the back of this president. You don't turn your back because of one performance. What kind of party does that? It's been a masterclass. 15.6 million jobs. That's 8 times more than the last 3 Republican presidents combined. The only thing the last 3 Republican presidents have in common is recessions. Democrats deliver. This president has delivered. We need to deliver for him at this moment. With all due respect, the more time we start having these conversations, go down these rabbit holes, it's unhelpful to our democracy, our fate and future of this country, the world. They need us right now to step up, and that's exactly what I intend to do.
My reactions to Governor Newsom's reaction: clear, confident, pragmatic. These are the options before us, he says. He's confident in his party's ability to deliver. He's clear that this maybe was a bad performance, one bad performance. But we don't abandon a candidate, he says, over one bad performance. I think it's unhelpful, he says. 15.6 million jobs, he says. Democrats delivered. We need to deliver for Joe Biden, he says. Really fascinating. 2 very, very different reactions to last night's debate. I'm curious what your reaction is. What do you think? Why don't you get down in the comments and tell us? I'm down there reading them. And while you're down there, you're going to pass the like button, drop a like. You're going to see subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you would, there's a link in the description to come over to my channel where you can subscribe to my channel and we can keep the party going. Today is my last day here on the Dollemore Daily. My name is Garrison Hayes, and it has been an honor and a privilege. And one of the interesting things that's been really nice about being here this week in particular is that we got to celebrate Jesse's birthday on June 27th. And today, June 28th, is my birthday. And so I am thankful for all the birthday wishes. Thankful for those who go on and subscribe to my channel. Appreciate you. Make sure you are following Jesse on his platforms. They're right here. You see how simple that is? And then there are my platforms here, different usernames all across the board. I'm grateful that you're here, my friends. I'm looking forward to seeing the conversation in the comments. Until next time, peace.